With millions of guitar exercises out there designed to help you build your technique, which one is the best? How about the one that you come up with yourself that target your specific guitar needs? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Let's check it out. There are literally millions of exercises out there for the guitar, or any instrument for that matter. Which ones should you choose? Well, I would say the ones that are going to focus on the exact elements of your playing that you need to work on. And that may change over time. The point is that instead of wading through millions and millions of magazines, books, YouTube videos looking for the magic exercise, which by the way doesn't exist, instead what I would do is compose your own. Find a weakness in your playing and come up with something that tackles that problem for yourself. Here's an example. Let's say you wanted to work on both inside and outside picking. Just for demonstration, if you're going from a lower string with a down to a higher string with an up, that's considered outside picking. Happens a lot. And the reverse of that is also very common. You would do a downstroke on a higher pitched string, say the third string G, and then up on the fourth string, you're going to end up with what they call inside picking, because your pick hits the inner edge of these two. These types of picking directions and crossings are very well covered in many other videos. The point is that if you wanted to work on both of those, find something that utilizes both of those and then exploit it. So here's an example of what I would do. First of all, I would take a chord progression. Why play an exercise that isn't musical if you can get away with it? So let's take a chord progression that goes A minor, E major, A minor, G major, C major, G major, A minor, E major, and then finally A minor again. Really simple progression. Going to use this as a basis for creating an exercise that happens to have grounding and roots in actual music. In other words, we're going to make it conform to the chord progression. So, without getting into too much theory here, here's how this is going to go. Over the A minor chord, we're going to play this little lick. So that's fourth string A on the 7th fret. Third string, we're going to do F, E, F. Then we're going to flip this. Physically, we're going to flip it. So now the first note is going to be on the third string, 7th fret D. And the back and forth part is going to be on the fourth string, 10, 9, 10, or in this case, C, B, C. So we've really taken the initial idea and then done a mirror flip of it. Now, this is going to incorporate both types of picking that we talked about. First, you're going to encounter outside picking, down, up, between a high or a lower and then a higher string. And then when you do the flip, you're going to get the pick flip. You're going to get an inside pick. Right there. 7th fret on the 3rd to 10th on the 4th is going to be down, up, and that is going to be inside picking. So just by doing one round, you've already encountered both types of picking. We're going to play it twice. But from there, let's move through the progression. To do this, what we're going to do is we're going to move to the 6th fret on the 4th string, and we're going to go 6 on the 4th, which is G sharp, and then we're going to do E, D, E on the 3rd string, 9, 7, 9. By the way, this is going to reflect the E chord, the second chord in our progression. Then we're going to play the 5th fret on the 3rd string, which is C, and then we're going to go and do our physical flip, I guess you could say. So 4th string, we're going to do 9, 7, 9, which would be B, A, B. So first half, then we flip it. We're going to go to the 5th fret here. So we get so far we have 2 chords covered: A minor, E. So that takes care of the first 2 chords in our progression. In the progression, next we go from A minor again to G. So I would maintain the A minor thing that we did before, but this time going to the G, let's move up to the 9th fret on the 4th string, and we're going to play a pattern that goes like this. So we have B on the 4th string, then we're going to go to G, F, G on the 3rd string, 12, 10, 12. And of course we're going to flip it. In this case we're going to do 9 on the 3rd string, E. Back to the 4th string we're going to do 12, 10, 12, which is D, C, D. So physically that shape is the same on both strings, which makes playing the pattern easier. Cool. So far now we have A minor, E, back to A minor, G. When I'm calling out the chords, the notes of those particular chords are buried and hidden in the lick itself. So when I say G chord, the 3 notes G, B, and D are actually found in this lick. Here's the G, here's the B, here's the D. So you're actually hearing the harmony without hearing a chord underneath, and this is the beauty of this sort of thing. At the end of it, you're going to be able to play the whole thing and actually hear the intended chord progression without actually hearing chords underneath it. Okay, moving on. C chord would be the next one we had in line. For that, we're going to move to the 10th fret, 4th string. String-wise, shape-wise, we're going to have, again, strings that are the same. We're going to have 10, 12, 14 on both strings. That's going to produce C, D, E on the 4th string, and F, G, A on the 3rd string. But you already know what to do. We're going to start with a low note first. We're going to jump to the highest 2 notes and ping pong between them. A, G, A. And then we're going to flip it. So we're going to do F, 3rd string as the first note, and then we're going to ping pong between 12 and 14, or E and D on the 4th string. That'll sound like this. So all together, and we'll do it twice. Okay, that's the highest pitched thing we're going to play. We're going to start moving our way back now. So we're going to go back to the G that we did just previous. Back to the A minor that we started with. And ultimately back to the E that we did second. Which sets us up really nicely to take our root out of here. So here's what we got so far. Then our root home is going to be this. Just a simple 6-note sequence starting on the D string. We're going to do A, B, and C, 7, 9, 10. D, E, F, 7, 9, 10 as well on the 3rd string, and then back down 2 notes. Okay, simple enough. Then we're going to shift 2 frets up from where we ended. We ended on D, 7th fret. We're going to move to 9th fret E, 3rd string, and we're going to go changing the pattern a little bit. Still 3 notes per string, but we're not going to play the same pattern as before. So we're going to do E, F, G on the 3rd string, 9, 10, 12. We're going to jump to the 10th fret, 2nd string, which is A. The jump is necessary because of the tuning difference between these 2 strings. But then we're going to go C, A, B, C, or 13, 10, 12, 13. So another group of 8. From there, we're going to shift up to 12th fret on the 2nd string, and we're going to bring this home by doing the same pattern that we just did, but we're going to use the notes B, C, and D on the 2nd string, 12, 13, 15, and E, F, G sharp. So I'm going to stretch the pinky a tiny bit to grab the 16th fret, 1st string. But you're going to apply the same pattern you did to the last 8 notes. So you'll have B, C, D, E, and then G sharp, E, F, G sharp. Or 16, 12, 13, 16. Again, all together. And finally, our resolution note will be the 17th fret, 1st string, A. So the scale runs that we just did will amount to this. Number 1. Number 2. There's 3, and then final note. Here's the whole thing. Creating your own exercises is a terrific way of helping to smash through technical boundaries that you're going to find along the way. Doing it on your own is also going to help your sense of composition, which is hugely important and largely overlooked by a lot of players who are trying to develop technique. I'll post the tabs for this exercise in the description below.